Welcome,
Hello.
welcome back to the JK podcast, where me and my friend Jake make up whatever the fuck we feel like talking about today.
Some interesting stuff. We have a lot of new things that have come out in the past couple days.
Oh god, I mean, do we want to start with a Nintendo Direct like last time?
Is there another Nintendo Direct?
Well, we haven't talked about Sora at all.
Sora's canon.
Yes, Sora is not canon, he's just in Smash
He's
Bros.
canon.
No, that's not how that works, Jake.
He's gonna be opening keyholes to every other game now.
That's not how that works.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm going to
if they
say I
make
told
if
you
they
so.
make a fucking if they make a Kingdom Hearts fucking Nintendo Land themed, it's just gonna be chaos, is what it is.
It'd be fun as fuck.
It'd be
Um,
fun, but like, it has never been stated that like anything in Smash Bros is canon. So
um, something else. I'm actually looking forward to the other Smash-like game coming out from Warner Brothers. It actually, me, Wyatt, and Steven think it might be a little better.
is this the one with
This
the
is
Nickelodeon
called
characters?
this is called Multiverses. No. This will have all of Cartoon Network. This will have all of DC.
Oh God, and
This
Eddie.
will it'll have like the Bugs Bunny.
I
It's the Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra.
I hope to God, I don't know how that's possible with
Warner Brothers owns them all.
I know, but All Stars has Aang in it, so they might have to go with something like Toph or Oh no, Toph's in it too.
Tops, no Tops. They've already put Top in Multiverses.
Oh, I don't know. It just depends on however they decide to do it, really.
And they already promised better internet connections than
Than Nintendo. God,
than
please.
Nintendo.
That's been like my one complaint about Nintendo for the past few years is that they came out with the Switch and it didn't have a fucking Ethernet port in it for a game that desperately needed it with Smash Ultimate. And then they came out with the OLED, and what's the one thing they forget to fucking add onto it? A fucking Ethernet port.
They don't think it's necessary.
And I just don't get it. It's like we've been, as people have been begging Nintendo to add an Ethernet port to their damn systems, and instead you gotta mod your goddamn system just to have it happen. Pretty
That's also against their terms of service.
right,
Mod their system.
right. But oh, did you hear about this?
I'm gonna guess no.
So the CEO, Doug Bowser, apparently was selling information about how to modify switches, and that's how we got like emulators and shit like that.
Good. He
Like,
knows what. I think he knows how he wants the company to run, but I don't think he physically can get it to way that way.
right. I mean, but apparently he's been getting into some trouble. I don't know. This was like a 3-second article that I had pulled up. I'll have to see if I can find it in the meantime. But I literally hang on. Let's look up Doug Bowser allegations. In April 2021, Nintendo of America president Doug Bowser, no relation, filed a lawsuit, that's funny, against Gary Bowser, accusing the Canadians of running a pirate operation. Okay, so it wasn't Doug Bowser, but Gary Bowser, who was the head of the Canadian version. And it was basically creating and selling hacks of their games and allowing it to get spread throughout the company and stuff like that, so...
Those goddamn Canadians.
Right, it just got so fucking crazy for Nintendo. I'm pretty sure he doesn't work there anymore, but like,
That's sad.
it was one of the like craziest things to read about. Like, oh, that's how we've been getting Nintendo Switch emulators and ROMs and stuff like that.
I think he's a genius.
We got Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Shining Pearl.
Yeah, that came
I'm
out
about to-
recently.
I'm about to buy him.
Oh wow, really? Both of them?
Probably. Cat bought both of them in the double pack.
See, I think
If you bought the double pack, you got exclusive rewards. I didn't know that.
I think what we do is you get one version of the game, I get the other version of the game,
Can we race?
and we can race, but I think it'd be more fun to do a Nuzlocke for it.
Isn't that every route you get one Pokemon?
So the first route that you go down, you have to catch the first Pokemon that comes to you, If it is a shiny, that's obviously like you get to catch that shiny. That's a fucking shiny. I'm not gonna take that away from you. But like,
aren't Nuzlocke like the hardest to get shinies in?
yes. But Nuzlocks are also super difficult but fun.
Because you can't heal, or what was it? I don't know. the
You
fucking
can't.
rules.
So you can't heal dead Pokemon at
Yeah.
all. Once they're
But you
dead,
can use potions and shit.
you can use potions to keep them alive and stuff like that. But revives are essentially useless at that point. I ended up learning something cool the other day.
Yeah,
Did you know that rare candies can be used as revives?
I did not.
So they'll
That
bring
makes sense.
they'll bring dead Pokemon back with whatever health they gain during their level up, and since it's always like at least 1 point, 1 HP is always gained on a level up, you always revive a Pokemon.
But it's not gonna be full health.
Right, it's not gonna be full health, but you can revive Pokemon that way. And I like, I don't know how you did your rare candies, but I saved mine until like the Elite Four, and then I just fucking threw that shit into them.
No, I kind of just use them as I got them. That's the thing. Nuzlocke are gonna be simple for me because that's how I usually did my Pokemon. I grabbed the first couple that I like saw and like, all right, I'll use these, and then I just go
Right.
with those.
But the problem runs into is when those Pokemon start dying
Dying.
from
Yeah.
from utter bull. I hope that they use smart AI for Brilliant Diamond. I've not seen anything about what they've changed.
Me neither. I saw the lava area. That looked cool.
I've only seen what
Got
they've
it.
shown in the trailers, which
I
was like
didn't watch the trailers.
it was like Chibi Cynthia and Chibi. I guess we could call her Dawn because that's who she's based off of.
It took out Dawn.
Well, it is Dawn.
Oh, technically, Dawn wasn't the character's name. It was
Oh,
for the
I-
anime.
I always play the female, so.
Well, in the games, you get your rival, quote unquote.
Right, and it's always the opposite gender of what you are, except for Red and Emerald, because Wally. Is that right?
know.
It's been so long since I've even touched a
It
Pokemon
might be
game.
Emerald. Emerald's the one. So Emerald's Trico and everything, right?
Yeah, Emerald's Trico.
Yeah. You had the guy, yeah.
It was Wally and May, right?
Couldn't tell you, buddy.
Because if you chose
It's been forever since I played that game.
Emerald's the one game where I played as the guy character. I preferred the guy character model. Even though I like May's character in the anime, it's just I prefer the white sock hat. Bleh, excuse me.
No, I'll probably pick up that or Arceus. I'm not.
I can't wait for that game, dude.
I'm iffy about it. I think they're gonna screw it up.
That is exactly the type of Pokemon game. Like when I first set off on, oh god, what was I think it was Emerald was my first Pokemon game. The first time I set off from the first town, it felt like what I was seeing with Arceus in my head. Like they took the idea of what like I thought the Pokemon journey looked like and they put it into a fucking video game, and I'm like, I get to re-experience, kind of like playing the original Zelda for the first time and then playing Breath of the Wild.
And I still don't. I wish Breath of the Wild had more of a direct routing.
Well, it does.
That's
I mean,
my ADHD.
right,
No, Breath of the Wild is in my head. All right, here's a broad thing you gotta go do.
and here's like
do it.
5 objectives that you need to do. I mean, that was how the game was. It was the 4 giants, the Master Sword, and 6 if you count defeating Ganon. But that's
You don't even need the Master Sword.
right. You could. Have you seen the speedruns for that game?
Like 5 minutes or some shit like that.
It's so ridiculous how quickly they can. Because apparently there's an invisible barrier up until you get the parasail, and that's why the route that was
Yeah,
created.
because that's immediate. As soon as you get the Parasail, even the guy's like, all right, you can go defeat Ganon now if you want to.
Like
But you probably shouldn't.
he tells you should probably go see Impa, but if you just decide to go like balls to the fucking wall and go after Ganon, you can just do that.
Yeah.
I also learned you can one cycle that Ganon, the first part of the Ganon fight.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And when I saw that, I'm like, why did I even fucking try against this fight? I could have just fucking halved him from fucking full health by using the Guardians, and then just launched some arrows into him. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping while doing this.
You're good. No, see, the Guardian, it was nice, like the whole, like, oh, they did half of his damage. I thought that was a cool thing that they really haven't done before.
What I'm really excited for is taking everything they've learned from Breath of the Wild 1, and implementing all of those and all the changes that they wanted to make to the game.
I can't wait till they put another 900 something Korok seeds in there.
Dude, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, I just can't. That's the one thing in that game I didn't do. I got every.
I don't know why. It's cool.
Because there's just so fucking many, and it's worthless after a certain point. Once you have so many the item slots that you're looking for, then it's just like, I don't need the other 700 that I'm looking for.
But like, go get that poop. Go get that piece of poop.
Right, and yahaha, we'll have to do Breath of the Wild at some point, because...
Yeah, that could be a take-turny game, too.
Right. But before we do so, well, let's work through, like, the original Zelda.
Okay. That's more of a you thing. I like my favorites would be, obviously, I would want to play Wind Waker, because that is my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
I like both Between Worlds and Link to the Past.
Yeah, those were
Those are two of my favorite games.
It's funny because Link Between Worlds solved one of the issues that I had with Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And that was that, you didn't have to. There were ways around it, but it basically forced you into having a set destination per temple. There were ways around that because there's certain glitches that you can use to get forward, but they're so used majorly today that I don't even consider them glitches. They're actually how I play the game.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? No, it's not blind, is it? It's the one where you get the hook shot. You can skip past, or no, it's the one you need the hook shot to enter. You can skip past it by running into a block with your Pegasus boots and holding the opposite direction.
Mm.
And I have done that, like, since I first started playing the game, because there's one specific part I remember it being essential in, and it's Ganon's Tower at like the second, or sorry, it's the castle, or Hyrule Castle, sorry. And you have to hit a block and go to the other side, and I think it's just a fairy fountain on the other end. I can't remember, it's been years.
That game isn't coming out for a while though, right? Breath of the Wild 2?
I think it's... Well, let's look at the supposed release date.
They said 2021 at the beginning. Or is it 2022?
Of the Wild 2 release date. Saying 2022 is what we've gotten so far.
Okay.
And if you look at the box cover that they're trying to show for it, it looks exactly like the Breath of the Wild 1 box cover, but it kind of looks like they're going for a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 type opening thing, where you see like a Colossus in the background, and it's like... Because I showed you the case cover for 1.
Yeah, and I knew... Yes, I've seen both. I've seen that one, and then I've seen the Chronicles 2 and Chronicles 1 of Xenoblade.
I'm depressed that I've played that game before. I might make you play Xenoblade Chronicles. Just because...
Okay, I've seen the beginning.
I know you've seen the beginning, but you haven't seen like the major... You've seen one major plot twist, and I won't spoil it.
You're gonna hate the way I play the game. Only because I'm the type of guy that will collect the pages. You know how like every area has a page you can collect all the question marks?
So I'll tell you this: a fast travel mechanic does open up. So
I know.
There are certain items that you can't get on the first visit.
That's fine. That's how I play, and that's probably gonna happen. Because I'm like, ooh, collectibles, you know?
I don't blame you, bro. I mean, you saw what I did the first time I played. We just went blue orb hunting for like an hour.
Yes. So there'll be a lot of cuts for that, but I promise it won't be just that I do, obviously, because of recording's sake.
Well, I was thinking about it. That might be one of the few series where, once after things start picking up, we stream it and we cut the stream down into episodes and then just post like a full VOD or something like that.
Like the Grumps did that one time with Undertale.
Right.
Speaking of Undertale, I still haven't played that game.
Right, but have you seen most of the story at that point?
Yeah. I know what to do. Not really. The only boss fight I've ever played was Sans because my brother couldn't beat it.
Right. We could do Undertale. I feel like Undertale might be a better personal experience, like being together for it.
Oh, that'll be a definite couch recording session.
Right, because I feel like we could probably, because both runs of the game are essentially, I think, 7 hours each, roughly.
Oh, I know you have to go through it 3 or 4 times.
You don't have to.
To unlock some of the secret stuff I want to show.
To my knowledge, I think there are 3 types of secrets like that, but they're not big. They're just story.
I know that one of them is you have to do like genocide, or like.
So the first time you play, you're automatically locked into pacifist mode.
Until you kill.
Well, no, even then. Like, even if you do a full genocide run, up until that point, you are locked in a neutral run on a first playthrough on a device.
Not from what I've seen.
From what I've heard, it's been that way. I could be wrong.
Your first run could be any way you want to do it, is from what I heard.
I don't know.
But after that, it records what you did, and it's like, hey, you did this the first time. Stuff will happen.
I suggest the first playthrough that we do is a pacifist.
It's gonna be pacifist, yeah.
Because pacifist is gonna give you all the story that you need to explain the genocide run.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and plus, the way that I heard is what you're supposed to, not supposed to do, but to unlock some of the things, you do pacifist, genocide, pacifist, and then there's some secret or some shit. I don't know. Like I said, I've not played. And all I know is at the very end, when the game is doing the credits, you cannot get hit by a single credit.
I don't remember that. Let me see.
Yeah. So.
I don't remember having a dodging credit sequence.
Yeah. So if you hit the credits, they turn yellow.
Let me look that up. Undertale.
And I know there's one door in the game where that cannot be opened unless you don't get hit by any of the credits.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah. I've seen it.
But apparently, not getting hit by the credits is like stupid hard. So.
I mean, I can just look this up.
I mean, you could.
I don't think I've ever opened that door. I just defeated what's outside that door, which I won't give too much away. I mean, there's other stuff that's happened recently too. Did you hear about Tom Holland and the Uncharted movie?
Yeah, he's Nathan Drake. That's been cast for a while.
I know that's been cast for a while, but apparently they've started their full filming of it and have shown some stuff off. And I gotta say, man, for an actor I'm not huge on, I didn't like him as Spider-Man.
I love him as Spider-Man.
I think he's grown on me, is what's happened.
He's better than Andrew Garfield, in my opinion.
Right, but nobody's
not.
Nobody beats Tobey Maguire.
And I hate to say it, I think it's nostalgic factor. I really do.
3,000% in that one, because
I did hear
beat the time.
I did hear someone's opinion. So they like the new Venom movie that you watched that one time. We both love that movie.
It's for what's listed as a B movie, it's really good.
Yeah. The guy doesn't like the way they drew Venom.
I don't like how they drew Venom either. He's too sloshy.
The newer one?
He's too sloshy compared to the skin gripping that we all know from the video games and stuff like that.
He said that Spider-Man 3 Venom looked better.
I don't remember Spider-Man 3 Venom. Let me look that up real quick.
He's played by the same guy who plays the main character in the '70s show. If you didn't know, Eddie Brock.
Oh
He's that
yeah!
actor. Yeah.
I kind of agree with him though. That Spider-Man 3 Venom does kind of look better. Cause like I said, it's not as fleshy as like the Venom movies. You know how it's
But
got like that
the
weird...
comics
Sorry.
though. I think the Venom in the new Venom movie looks better in the. It makes it more feel like real in the comics.
I can see that. I don't know. When I think of Venom, I definitely think of this style of Venom.
Oh, I do too.
Like, because don't get me wrong, the new Venom's like really well made, and it's got all that cool bullshit to it, to where it's like, it kind of like falls off him in a sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I grew up with the skin-tighted fucking like almost Spider-Man-esque but evil.
Yeah. It feels in the new Venom movie, it feels like that Venom is more or less taking a suit form. It's more like he's just a bigger symbiote.
Right.
I don't know if like that makes sense.
Yeah. It does. I mean, this is probably exactly why we're not fucking like set designers or anything like that.
Oh, 100%. But
because like I definitely could see how like our point of views of this doesn't really make sense in certain situations, but I'm sure it makes sense in others.
Yeah. They probably had to change some stuff for legal reasons, and we don't know that. And
Right.
I get that. But I will say, Let There Be Carnage, that second movie, I still haven't seen it, by the way, does introduce Tom Holland Spider-Man in it, so Venom is part of the MCU.
Okay. I mean, he's kind of just always supposed to have been there, but
it was the thing where another Fox issue.
Yeah.
Because, Tobey Maguire has the whole Fox issue, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which they finally got up on a little bit, got their their dicks out of their asses, about letting Marvel be like, hey, we can do a lot of shit. Now all Fox needs to do is let them have X-Men.
Right. And I mean, that's probably not going to happen for a long time.
Oh, well, yeah, because X-Men still brings in so much money.
They do. I mean, Logan alone made how much money?
I loved Logan.
It was some stupid amount. Let me see. Logan. What are you typing for that? It's Logan.
2018. 28. Oh.
Well, 2017.
Was it 7?
Logan film.
No, yeah, it said Logan film 2017.
I'm trying to say how much.
Oh, gross.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for, and I just couldn't. $619 million for a budget of 97 to 127 million.
Dude, I can't believe that movie came out so long ago.
I mean, how much did Lord of the Rings make?
That still makes that still makes money to this day.
Right. Because we keep getting HD versions and stuff like that remade.
I still think the unedited version's better. I cannot watch the edited versions anymore.
Oh my god.
What's up?
Return of the King and the Desolation of Smaug for The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. The Return of the King made 1,140,682. I'm sorry, $1,140,682,100.
It doesn't surprise me.
And then another extra, like, basically billion for the Hobbit. Like, close to, within a couple, like, I'd probably say 200 million. They're about there.
Yeah. You want to read some crazy gross income?
Oh God.
Look up the cast of Friends.
Oh, dude, I guarantee I'll just look up Friends gross income. $1 billion per year.
Yep.
the fuck?
The cast of Friends is so set for the rest of their lives.
See,
What's
that's all fine and dandy, but if I were to run into money like that, I'd want to make sure that the rest of my life and any other fucking generation I have is covered.
I mean, true. Some of these actors don't give a shit about the next generation, and you can tell.
Right.
Which is kind of sad.
I like Steve Harvey's approach to all his income.
What's he do?
So he basically, like, his kids were talking, he's like, who's gonna get the money when you die? And he goes, your mom. And then guess what you get? You get about 10%, and then whatever's left after your mom, after what your mom uses.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I mean, yeah, if you grow, excuse me, if you raise your kids in that type of way, to where they know they're not gonna have money forever, it's gonna put a drive on them to keep that fucking money.
It's like Jackie Chan. He's not gonna give a single inheritance to his son.
Didn't he made 209 movies or something stupid?
Yeah. So something else. There was an interview with him with Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
He's broken almost every bone in his body.
Oh, I've got
or at least he is bruised, scratched, or broken every part of his body.
I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, I think it's Wing Chun is the name of his fighting style? Jackie Chan fighting style.
It's like, but he in the interview he's like, in China, or where is he? Hong Kong? Where is he? Japan? What is he? Chinese, Japanese?
I'm pretty sure he's Chinese.
Wherever he lived,
Hong
wherever
Kong.
he did, yeah, Hong Kong. So I was right. They didn't have stunt doubles. So they didn't have dummies or anything. So when they said jump off the building, all they said was jump. That's.
Jackie Chan knows Chinese martial arts, Jeet Kune Do, Taekwondo, Judo, and Hapkido.
Yep.
Like, you gotta give credit where credit's due. During the same time as Bruce Lee.
Is he strong? Do you think he's stronger than?
100% no. They've had a fight.
They have.
Yeah, they legitimately had like a real street fight. If you haven't seen,
Was it close?
I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee won by like a mile.
Hmm.
To put it to you bluntly,
Bruce Lee's dead now, right?
yes, he got killed. He got killed by an aspirin that was bad. I can't remember the exact story behind it, but
I ain't gonna lie, that's like the worst way to go.
he had like a brain hemorrhage or something, so it was painful too, I think. So
Damn.
oh yeah, it was fucked. And his son, I think, died from a loaded gun in a movie sense, similar to the Alec Baldwin.
So he died because it accidentally they used real guns
instead of they used a real bullet instead of a blank.
Yeah, so they always use real guns, but some directors are like, we need to use real bullets in this scene to make it more impactful or some shit, and sometimes it just goes wrong.
There's a good example of that actually. What's Quentin Tarantino, the Hateful Eight, Dusk Till Dawn. He's this is another story that I heard about. He's only making one more movie ever, unless he decides differently. He's making 10 movies and that's it. He made Hateful Eight, one more movie which I can't remember the name of. I'd have to look it up. And we're getting our last one soon. But he's another director, I think on the same levels as Kubrick, who would do a shot like 60 or 70 times before he got it just right. And he never used any CGI.
Did you see that Charlie Chaplin silent film? There was a film that he did. They redid the scene 380 times. Because he didn't think the girl said something about like nice flowers or something correctly in a silent film.
I didn't know that Charlie Chaplin had a silent movie.
Most of his movies are silent.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of Charlie Chaplin movies.
Me neither. I just knew he was an actor. That looked like Hitler.
I,
About it.
I mean, credit where credit's due. I've got to give it to like the old musicians and stuff like that, because I cannot believe the amount of effort I see some people put into like music and movies and stuff, because it's like, holy fuck, man, you're sitting there for like a year listening to the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
That's a difficult, like, editing our own videos has definitely taught me I hate the fucking sound of my voice.
I don't hate the sound of my voice. I mean, sometimes it sucks.
Oh.
Like,
After hearing the same joke that you've said about 8 times in a row, you're just like, God, make it fucking stop!
oh yeah, that kind of shit sucks. Where it's like, hey, you have to keep going over the same spot over and over and over and over again.
It's why I feel bad for animators. Because think about it, they'll make a joke, like, they'll write a script or something like that, before they actually do their animation, because they know what they want to animate per section. Usually when they write the script, they'll write like a post note about what they want drawn there. And then they just kind of figure it out as they go, give actions and circumstances to each letter, and blah blah blah. They sometimes have to listen to their own fucking jokes, like, hundreds of times, and I don't know how the fuck they still post it afterwards, because it's like, after the 3rd or 4th time of me hearing my joke, I fucking hate that joke.
No, I think for me personally, they know it, like, the community loves it. Because that's the reason I do streaming in YouTube.
Right.
Is because...
Well, because they see it for the first time when we put out the videos. It's different especially when you're your own editor, because then you're sitting on those jokes for sometimes weeks at a time, and it's like, man, if I could go back and stop making some of those cringy ass things.
Yeah.
Like, Dragon Quest Episode 1, I laugh at still.
Really?
Da, 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 da.
My favorite, and I think it's the first episode that does it, I still love the dog edit.
How it's kind of fucked up.
It's just zooming in on the dog staring at the guy.
So if you look, there's a fucked up edit attached to that, where like it pops back over to the left for some reason, like after it's slid, and then it'll pop back to the full frame.
Nice.
When editing that, I was like, man, this is really good, and then I saw that, I'm like, this is perfect.
I do, if you don't mind, have another topic we can talk about.
What you got?
Episode 1000 of One Piece came out yesterday.
The legend has grown even stronger.
It was hyped up so much. Hold on, let me get the thing.
Was it actually good, or what?
Yeah, it was really good. It was only 20 minutes though, which everyone was kind of sad about. Everyone thought it was gonna be an hour.
Okay.
In Japan, got a entire wall mural to it.
Okay.
For episode 1000. Los Angeles got a billboard, and New York got a poster.
Okay, so I may have had a part of One Piece spoiled. I'm not sure if it's that episode though.
Would you like to tell me? Because I know I've watched up to the anime.
So, I was looking through memes, as I do, and all of a sudden I see it's like Luffy kind of pissed off with a black arm, and he kind of bites into it, and then like so is that the latest episode, or is that somewhere?
No. That is okay. Hold on, that is episode. Let me tell you the difference.
Like his arm basically like explodes out the back like a jet or some bullshit.
Yeah. Did you finish watching it or no?
No, I passed over the meme because I didn't wanna spoil too much for myself. I still like looking at that stuff, so that way I've got like a preview of what to expect, but not enough to give me context.
Alright, so that's episode 806, I believe. Yeah, 806.
So that's far in.
Maybe not? Hold on. 726.
Okay.
726. So almost 300 episodes.
Behind the actual story.
behind the actual story right now. Gabe just got into the time skip.
There's a time skip to that? Oh, right, yeah, you were telling me about that. Never mind.
Yeah, so, the time skip episode. So here's the thing. So, the time skip is on episode 516.
Didn't you say it was like 7 years or something like
2
that?
years.
2 years? Okay.
A 2-year time skip.
7 year was Naruto, because that's the difference between Kid Naruto and Shippuden.
Yeah, so... How
I
long
think.
is the...
Now I'm not sure.
So, pre-time skip. From the first day, from episode 1 to episode 515 is 42 days.
Okay.
That's all the time that passed pre-time skip. And then 2 years, and then...
It was 2.5 years for Naruto.
Post-time skip. I don't think it's out yet. Because it says 3 days, and I can guarantee it's not 3 days. I can guarantee. Because, so there's something called the Dressrosa incident. Dressrosa is an arc.
Okay.
It's the longest arc to date, I believe.
I'm curious as to what the fuck this is.
So it's 102 chapters in the manga, and 118 episodes in the anime for one arc. Okay, imagine watching 118 episodes, like, coming out. It took 2 years for this arc to come out fully, right?
Right.
The time passed between is 1 day. It's 118 episodes for 1 day. 1 day passes on that arc. And don't get me wrong, watching it after it's all come out is so worth it. But imagine being that guy that has to wait every single day, every week,
When
for
did
2 years to get through that arc.
apparently sorry, ad blocker. Apparently Fortnite is giving a Naruto crossover.
Oh, they already did.
It was published in November 10th, 2021.
Yep, it's already been out. There's people that bought the Naruto Uzumaki skin.
Oh, I've got no doubt that they did, because how many nerds play those games and how many of them actually, you know, how many of them watch?
Yeah. I don't blame them.
Right.
I actually don't blame very many people for buying skins in, like, those games, because some of them are cool. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them can be pretty cool.
Yeah, some of the jump forces are pretty good. It just depends on which one you pick up.
The newest Jump Force apparently wasn't as good as everyone thought it was. It's okay.
It's just
wrong.
big.
It's good on console apparently.
Yeah, but apparently it's got load times that are like 3 minutes each.
I mean, that's nowhere near as bad as a League game.
Did you hear about the speedrunning accomplishment that happened not too long ago for Ocarina of Time?
No, is it a new record?
No. So somebody beat the entirety of Ocarina of Time in the 5-minute timer for the Brawl version of Ocarina of Time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out, for anybody who didn't know, with... It had like Star Fox 64, Mario 64, but you could only play for 5 minutes. So that was like the dead limit time limit for it. Somebody did the glitch speedrun for that game in the fucking demo version.
Wow.
So...
Someone really went hard, huh?
Yeah, they must have grinded that for hours. I'm like... I can't...
Could you imagine beating that game in 5 minutes?
Fucking hell. I mean, that's essentially being like, fuck you, childhood, completely.
That's one of those things where it's like, you mess up a pixel, you're fucked.
Have you seen the glitched speedrun of Ocarina of Time?
No.
Oh, dude, it is dumb. Like the shit they pull off. There's a something called wrong item glitch, which is like you can essentially lock the camera into place. The same thing happens with Banjo. Climb up a ladder or the vines from the Great Deku. Go back up and grab.
I think I've seen this. Yeah.
And then
you talked to me about it.
And then you back jump or something like that down into the hole.
And you fall. Yeah.
And it gives you like I think it gives you bugs, and then you, or a potion. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it. But then you essentially take that bottle and do the animation of drinking a bottle while in the warp. You sidestep, throw a seed, sidestep, and then go through a door, and it leads you directly to Ganon.
Oof. I mean, you have to think though. Those games didn't have a lot of space to put stuff.
Well, right, and it's exactly the reason why, when you're switching between worlds, somebody did a boundary break for this. Ganon's castle and Zelda's castle are basically parked like right on top of each other. And as you're loading in the new area, it kicks the other one down while pushing the other one up. It's have you seen the videos of people glitching into Zelda's like young Zelda's room when you meet
No.
there are people who have glitched adult Link into young Zelda's room by jumping into the fire pit. It could be a fake, but like
Do we get to see panties?
no, it's
I'm not interested.
it's the same when you meet Zelda for the first time in Ocarina.
Yeah.
When you go to the castle, she's still young. She's talking about like, I had a dream, and in that dream, Ganondorf came and destroyed my family, and I escaped and rode on horseback.
Fuck your father. Fuck your father. Fuck your father.
Yeah, exactly. But
God.
oh god. But like, apparently you can get there as adult Link. I learned the other day that there are Super Mario 64 paintings inside the windows.
Yeah, I knew that. Did you not know that?
No,
I
knew
learned that a couple years ago.
I knew that if you shot the windows with a slingshot, you got 20 rupees, and one of them throws a bomb at you.
I did not know that. I knew about the Super Mario the 64.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just must have missed it every time I've shot that fucking window, because I always do it to get some early rupees.
Alright, so something else. I have some good news for you. I will be getting, I think, for Christmas. I think I'll be getting the Super All-Stars.
Ooh, so we'll
I
have
think so.
64
Yeah.
Sunshine. The sad thing about 64 is I can only do some of the speedrunning glitches in that game.
Dude, you're doing the speedrun. I can't
If we're doing a speedrun, I need the N64 version of it, specifically the Japanese version of it.
yeah, because Japanese is faster.
Japanese text is faster. I want to see if I can rock out some fucking sick ass PBs.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to get the record, but like I think it'd just be a fun thing that we could like kind of docu-series.
I feel like either that or stream it.
Right. Well, what I was thinking is same thing with like Among Us. It's like basically take the runs, chop up to the best parts, because let's be real, when you stream, you're quiet for a little bit of time because you're looking for shit to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So like, and plus there's going to be massive focus moments where it's going to be you talking and me focusing on doing, you know, some close to frame perfect techniques.
Yeah.
Especially 70 stars going to be a bitch.
Can't you beat that game in like 5 stars or something like that?
You can beat, I think, let's look up speedrun.com for it. Speedrun.com.
Oh, true.
Mario 64. That's 65. That's 63.
Mario 65. We don't talk about Mario 65, Kyle.
Let's see. For 120 stars, it's an hour and 37 for first place. For 70,
damn.
For 70 stars, it's 46 minutes and 58 seconds. For 16 stars, it's 14 minutes and 55 seconds, which is still fucking cool. 1 star is 7 minutes and 10 seconds, and 0 star.
You can beat the game in 0 stars.
Yes, and apparently the emulator community is okay. I don't know what VC is. Virtual console, so like Wii U and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, but like,
God damn.
what's the Switch one like, actually?
I don't know.
$4.93. Damn. And for the 0-star run, it's pretty close, like neck and neck.
Really?
Like it's like 629 in I'm sorry, 658 in Virtual Console and 629 in N64. So they're not close, but they're close.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Still, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Oh yeah.
I'll never get to that point in speed because I mean you've seen my reaction time.
See, if it was your knowledge with my speed, we could demolish speedruns.
I'd be interested to see your LBJs, which or BLJs.
I know what game I can technically speed run, and I can probably get close to the record if we tried hard enough.
Are you gonna say Sly?
I can beat Sly 1 in the record, I guarantee it.
Wonder
If
what
I
the
give-
record is.
Okay, so it depends. Are we going for
Let's
speed run?
Sly Cooper.
Sly 1. Alright, so Sly Cooper and the Thieves Raccoonist.
So
Any percent is
Are we
33
doing-
minutes.
PS2, I'm assuming, or PS3.
He- I play it on both. I can play both.
If we're doing Sly 1, what system would you prefer it on?
3.
Okay.
Are you on speedrun.com?
So yes, there's the any percent, all keys, all vaults, or 100%.
Alright, so remember, choose remastered load patch. Because that's the game I play is with all 3 of them in it.
Gotcha. Again, do you want any percent, all keys, all vaults, or the 100%? You collect
I
everything.
just don't know if 100% means the timed runs. Because it doesn't in the game. If you hit 100% in the game, you don't have to do any of the timed runs.
Do you know which chapters they'd be in? 'Cause I can-
All of them have... Every level has a speedrun, but if you collect all the vaults and all the keys in the game,
Mhm.
the game gives you the achievement, the platinum achievement. You don't have to do the speedruns for any of the achievements or to 100% the game. They're just bonus.
What counts for 100% Sly Cooper?
But let's see, all the keys...
To
Let's see,
earn
I could do
100% in Sly 3, you have to complete the story to the end, complete the Hazard Room trials, and complete the Master Thief trials. Sly Cooper 1.
Those... Yeah, 1, yeah.
Master Thief
the-
Sprint. Sly Cooper theme.
Okay, but I could do all vaults. I could do any of these. I think I can probably break all of these if I tried hard enough.
I mean, if we can get the record, then let's do it. I don't see why not. We can look at a few. So what I think we do in this situation is we look at the #1 run for each of these, and see where we can pick up those times and see what we can do and start timing your runs and see. I mean, literally get you down to like a speedrunner level.
I think at the beginning, I just keep doing any percents.
So you want to start on any percent.
Yeah, well, I just want to... I know the game by the back of my hand.
So
I just... To get, like, into the speedrunning habits, I think any percent's gonna be the easiest way to practice.
So are you concerned with routing?
Routing, more like there are a few levels that,
That you need to practice?
yes, in the very first area, in Raleigh's area, there's a boat level where you have to run over piranhas to get oil to fuel lanterns.
Okay.
The piranhas are random.
So I've got an idea, and feel free to tell me no. What I think you should do before we start this is play through Sly 1 2 times. Ah, my headset fell off because I shook my head. But I think you should play through it 2 times, just so you understand where everything is to 100% completion. And then we can start like thinking of routes and stuff like that. Or
here's the thing.
Or
Continue.
we look at the routes for the current first place any percent run, and then see if we can modify it in a way that might be faster.
Alright, so okay. So I know where all vaults are, and I know where all bottles are.
Okay.
In that game.
It's the other stuff, huh?
It is the
What's the rules?
random chance kind of things that are going to be annoying to me. the racing games, like the one where you have to be Murray and you have to race around the courses,
Okay.
those are difficult because you have no idea what the other players are gonna do at that time.
So here's the category rules for the any percent. So you need to beat the game as fast as you can. The time starts on the first when you pressing X to load your file, and ends at the final hit on Clockwork. I'm assuming you know who that is, but I haven't played the games well enough. I'll see it up myself, I'm sure.
Have you not played the games at all?
I've played them. I never beat them though. It's one of those
Oh.
games. It's one of those games where I got like an hour or two in, and then I just stopped
Oh.
playing.
Alright, here's the thing. Then, if that's so, before we do this, you're gonna play the game before I speedrun the game.
Okay, so using save files that were created outside of the run is not allowed.
Figured.
So like you can't create anything that's not saved in game.
Yep.
Run must begin on a 0% Paris, France file. I'm assuming you know what that is.
I'm
The file
gonna guess
should the file should be saved past the opening cutscene. The file should also have 0 coins collected and 5 extra lives available.
Yeah, so it basically just means new game.
This file may not have any bottles previous collected, camera, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Runs that use the following version should be submitted as remaster load patch. Any HD remaster, including PS3, Vita, PS Now, JPN, KOR, and video proof is required.
Yep, I'll be streaming it.
And then the game rules is a lot, so I'll have to send you those later.
Yeah.
But if you're seriously wanting to get into the speedrunning community, yeah, I see no reason why you shouldn't do like one of your favorite games.
Kyle, what's the other game I know for a fact I could probably beat speedruns on?
Oh, which one are you talking about?
Came out originally for the PS3, going to be remade for the PS5.
Uncharted?
No.
Oh, Last of Us 2.
There it is.
Well, Last of Us in general.
Last of Us, yes.
Last of Us TOO.
I think... I don't know. I gotta look at that one now. Because that game, I know that game.
Speaking of Last of Us, I know you're not excited for it. But
okay, I'm excited for it. I just don't want them to fuck it up.
So here's the thing that you're already gonna hate. Tommy's been casted already, and they have an original character planned out, but it's one of few from what they've said.
Okay. So the 2013 Last of Us game
for the PS Tree.
For the PS3, because I can't really click PS4. It doesn't have one. Just new game, not new game plus. New game. 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2:27:28.
Okay, but there's probably some cutscene skips in there that are important.
That's platform PS4 Pro.
That's fair.
I think I could get through some of that.
I think that
glitchless. I'm gonna do glitchless runs. Actually, so it's 2:46.
Okay.
1:48.
I don't know. I feel like speedrunning is something that I've always wanted to do. One of the ones that I can't wait to try out again, because it's been forever since I've tried any of it, is Super Metroid for the SNES.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to try and relearn Mach Ball again, and all the fun stuff like shine sparking and directions and
I wonder
quick
if
sparking.
Dread is gonna have a speedrun.
Dread?
The new Metroid game?
Yeah.
Dread? I wonder if it'll have a speedrun.
I wonder if it already does. Honestly.
Yeah, because speedrunners, I mean, not to be that guy, they're fast. Speedrunners, I know you were gonna.
Metroid Dread has a lot of speedruns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured they did. I'm not gonna lie.
850. Well, the Metroid series was huge for its speedrunning capability.
Yeah, because you could. I'm not gonna lie. Going into the ball could glitch the game pretty hard, I believe.
So Mach Ball was essentially, think about it this way: you're running through a door, you jump on the last possible frame into the door. While you're loading into the next room, you need to crouch down into ball twice, because the first time's going to stop your spinning momentum, and the second one's going to put you into ball form. And you need to somehow land on a second platform to be able to get super missiles early to beat the game quicker.
Yeah.
So it's very quick inputs, but I feel like with enough practice and just timing and just practicing it out, getting it and grinding it out, I feel like I could start getting to these.
I mean, go for it, man.
The only one that I'm nervous about is bomb jumping, because I fucking suck at bomb jumping.
Like I said, I wish somehow we could do my reaction times with your knowledge. I think we'd be an unstoppable.
Well, bomb jumping is timing. It's rhythm based, which I've got a good rhythm. The only problem is input delay from controllers nowadays. If I had an actual SNES with the game, I probably could do it great, but because like I'll match timing with videos and stuff like that, and I'll always be like a fraction of a second off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
There's a lot of games that I've got planned for the future for us, but we need to get the actual systems for.
I know this is a stupid question.
What you got?
You've beat Last of Us 1.
I beat Last of Us 1 and I beat Last of Us 2 in a day and a half.
Yeah.
Was it 2 days or a day and a half?
Gabe still hasn't seen the ending to Last of Us 1.
I don't know how he couldn't have all these years. It's been out for like 8 years now, hasn't it?
He hasn't watched it. He wants to play it. He just every time he plays it, he's seen on YouTube what those are, but he has never seen the end. He's gotten to the point where it's like, oh, I've seen this on YouTube. I don't want to play this. I've seen it multiple times. But he wants to see the ending.
There's a skip cutscene button.
I know, but it's not just that. It's just the gameplay.
Right. I don't know. Sis still hasn't beaten Last of Us 2. She's beaten Last of Us 1 multiple times with me. We had a bet one night.
Not one. 2 was harder for me to get through, only because I didn't like playing as what's her name?
Ellie and what's her face? Abby.
I like Ellie. Abby. I hated it.
I understand the hatred for Abby, but that's not what the story was about.
I don't give a fuck.
I know that you hate. Okay, spoilers for Last of Us 2. I know you hated the fucking ending.
No, okay, ending was okay. Cause
I remember
Ellie...
the first time you played it, you were pissed off at it. You're like, no, fucking kill her. And I won't go into too many specifics for it. We've already given spoiler warnings, but like, it's still kind of.
Okay, I know the reason that she didn't kill her was because Ellie saw that one.
The vision of Joel.
Not just that, it was that kid that Abby rescued.
Yeah, the ball.
She saw herself as that kid and Joel as Abby, and she couldn't, she couldn't do that to the kid.
I mean, but and I think it was also the state of how she was when, Ellie found her, how she was basically tied up to a fucking post, letting the crows pick at her.
Yeah. Well, it was more the water. The salt water destroying her skin.
Right,
she was at the ocean.
It was just a fucked up mess the whole time.
You did get to see Titty though. You did get to see Titty.
Yeah, but it wasn't good Titty.
I'm not gonna lie. They didn't show Ellie's on purpose, but Abby's on purpose.
Right.
Not to be a stickler or not that I want to see Ellie. It's just why hide someone's on purpose when you're gonna show someone else's.
Right.
I could care less about seeing Titty in that game in general. It's just that that was kind of weird. How they're like, oh, maybe we'll get to see because it was there was a scene where Ellie takes off her shirt or something, and it was behind a curtain or a wall or something, and then the next scene you see a little later you see sex, and you're like, wait, why? What?
Are you sending me memes during the fucking recording?
That was probably a while ago, buddy.
Oh my bad.
I ain't gonna lie, I have not touched. I don't think I've touched my phone. I think I sent you the One Piece billboard stuff.
Oh gosh, yeah.
When we were talking about that, never mind. So it was during recording, but I have reasons. It was for the...
What were you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I'm just. It was weird for a director's standpoint why they would do that if they were just going to show tit later.
Yeah, it was kind of the Chekhov's gun of the game. It was just like, ooh, lesbians, ooh, titties. Like
Well,
that
that's
was
the thing. They showed the straight sex.
yeah,
They didn't show the lesbian sex.
yeah. I mean, but I think that's one of the few games out there that has a trans character in it in general, like a trans main character.
Who's trans?
The two what do they call the groups?
Oh, yeah,
Not the
yeah,
wolves,
yeah.
yeah. The two kids. One of them was
But that's
a
okay. But
female
she
to
was
male.
she was forced into that though. That was the whole thing, right?
No, well, she was so they basically
she was
outcasted
born
her.
a male.
No, she was
No,
born a
she was born
female.
female, and she didn't want to get married, so she became a male.
Well,
Something like that.
it was that she came out as male, or he came out as male, rather. Sorry, and when he did that, basically the whole tribe took that as like, you're not one of us. This is against our religious policies.
Well, yeah,
and
because she wanted to go hunt and stuff.
She wanted to basically be the
Yeah.
man of the house, from my
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah,
And they
and her
took that
brother
as an
had
offense.
a problem. Yeah, because her
Her
brother's
sister.
like, okay, I don't. Her sister, was it two sisters?
So it was two sisters.
I'm not
one
as
of them,
familiar. I've only played the game once.
one of them's
So.
female to male. So I barely remember this. I'm just speaking off of what I remember. But I remember that scene in particular because I was just like, I've never played at that point in my life. I never played a game with a trans character in it.
Oh yeah, at least
And
I can remember.
it was kind of cool to see. Well, I mean, there was the joke ones from back in the day of like, oh, what's a good example of this? I think there's like versions of Mario in dresses and stuff like that have
Well,
appeared.
those are just
But like,
those
but
aren't trans.
things like that where it's like, oh, a good one is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. There's a scene.
Is that the Dream one?
No, Superstar Saga was the one in the Bean Kingdom. I don't know if you've played it. It was for the game.
I haven't played I think I've played one of the Mario and Luigi games.
I got into it with Bowser's Inside Story.
Gotcha.
For the DS.
Yeah.
But this, so if we're going from that point, the game I'm talking about currently is 2 games ago.
Oh, okay.
But there's a scene where Luigi is wearing Peach's dress, and I can't remember if there's a scandal for it or not.
Have you seen the meme? I know this is kind of being weird. This is not on topic, but there's a meme that was going around the new Super Mario 3D World game where they go into the clear pipe at the very beginning of the game. Did you see that Mario gets to look up Peach's dress the entire trip?
Of course. Is this 3D World or?
Yeah, 3D World, the one with the cat people.
Yeah. Which Bowser's Inside Fury, it still looks interesting, and that'd be another game that I'd like
I
to
own
learn.
it.
Oh wow, that'd be another
well,
game to
I bought
learn the speed run for.
I bought the combo pack.
Ah, gotcha. I got Smash Bros for the Switch. I need to get Andrew a terabyte SIM card.
A SIM card?
Boo.
Hey, that I've never heard that. That's original. I haven't heard it. Fuck everyone who's in the comments. That one's new.
Oh,
Tell
fuck.
me you have not heard it. You can't say you have.
But it's still boo.
Oh, 100% boo. I ain't gonna say it's not boo.
Do you remember back in like early 2012 when you could put Bitcoin on SIM cards?
Yes. That's how. Okay. Not to be illegal or anything, but you can transfer money on SIM cards illegally. Legally, quote unquote, only because what is it? You can put up to a couple $1 million on a SIM card, and then all you gotta do is take it out of the thing,
Right.
the phone, and then transfer it, and then you can cross borders because you can just put it in a phone, and no one will be the wiser.
Right? I mean, how are you gonna know? You just throw all that money into Bitcoin, maybe make a few fucking $100,000 off it if you're lucky. Sell it off the next morning.
There's so many dog
Dogecoins.
There's Dogecoins. I think there's Shiba coins now or something like that, or Inu coins.
So Shiba Inu coin is a coin that will never reach above $1 in value.
Is that what they said?
Well, no, to do that, it would cost like quadrillions of dollars.
Why?
Because they basically, I can't remember the reasoning for it. I'll have to look it up. But Shiba Inu, their worth is like I think it's like 100,000th of a penny, and it's gotten up to like one.
Why are people investing in it then?
Because it's like microtransactions. You put in $5, it raises up like to like 0.088 cents from 0.000088 cents, and you make like 15 back.
Oh, so it's just very small.
Yeah, it's very small returns that are, so you buy low, and it works stock level markets ways. At least that was my experience with it. And Dogecoin,
please, anyone in the comments, please correct us if we're stupid.
Right, and to my understanding, Dogecoin works the exact same, like the exact same brainwave as Bitcoin. So it's like a stock market of its own, where it's the more that people shoot money into it, the higher the price of it goes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, that's the difference between the two. That's why when I was telling you, hey, invest in Shiba Inu, and then they fucking jumped to some crazy amount because of people memeing, I made like $10 that day.
Nice. Yeah, I made like $5 off of them or something like that.
Yeah. It's just, it's difficult because Coinbase, not to shit on Coinbase, because I actually enjoy the service, they do take a little bit of money as a tax per when you put in money and when you take it out. I wish it was only one way, where when you were taking the money back out. But
they do need to make money though.
Yeah, I can see that, and I can definitely see the rich dude who pumps like 10 grand into a coin and then just sits on it for a few years. So I can see why they tax it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about real fast?
Oh well. Oh man. When I was working this week, and I was online for some reason because we were at a slow point. And I could just, whenever we're slow, I get on my phone and just do whatever the fuck I want, really.
Yeah.
I don't admit this to the company, and that's why I don't say the name of the company on the shows, because anything they do find out
can be used against you.
Right, and that's why, like, in my DNC notice of basically I can't talk about the company that I work for personally, but I can talk about the company that I work for, that they hired me to work for, essentially. So like I can talk about Car Gurus all day long, but I can't talk about the initial company that hired me onto Car Gurus. It's a weird thing. I don't know exactly the full. I'll actually have to look through the document. But technically I can't talk too much about it. But I can talk about the people at Car Gurus.
Yeah.
I get a customer that comes in and he texts me something like, hey yo, you better have the drugs and the car ready by the time I pull up. You got about an hour and a half before I get there.
And you're like...
And I said, hey, this is Kyle from Car Gurus. Did you have any questions about this? I think it was like a Mazda or a BMW or something like that. One of the one of those.
Tell me he freaked the fuck out.
And he's like, oh god, yeah, can you, do you have the number of the dealership, maybe, this specific person? I gave him the number for the dealer. I'm like, yeah, did you have any questions about the car? And he's like, yeah, what type of tires are on it? Accident history, just playing it off real smooth, and I...
On the inside, he's like, oh no!
I remember the end of the conversation, because he had some fucking weird email name. It was like,
was it like a 14-year-old?
Oh, it was like, it was something like somebody who grew up in the hood but was 14 when they made their email would do it, like bitches and bitches and hoes on this dick or whatever. I can't.
My favorite.
Something dumb, I can't remember. I just remember laughing at that, so I was like, thanks, and just to tease him a bit more, I was like, I'll make sure that I'll make sure to let the dealer know exactly what you're wanting.
Uh,
He texts back, fucking, it was the embarrassed face emoji, and then he just fucking left.
ah. Hey, at least he took it like a champ.
He fucked up so hard because now that's in our systems forever. He can never use this app again. If any cop fucking does an investigation over this guy's phone number, that pops up.
God, I love the internet. I love
Oh, and I learned about something else too.
Yeah.
So the Samsung S21.
That hot Sam girl? Yeah, what about her?
No.
Oh.
Apparently, people have been having theories because it's got something called moon mode, which allows it to take like really, really like bright
Dramatic.
and accurate photos of the moon.
I've seen some of these. Yeah,
Right.
there's been some teasers of it.
So what it does, and why people are freaking out about it, is because it kind of uses the same AI techniques as deepfakes, if you know what those are.
Yeah.
So, in a way, it'll take the image that you took and then compare it to, I can't remember the number of it, and it'll fill in the pixels from other people's photos to fill in the picture of the moon that you're looking at. Now,
It's actually kind of terrifying.
now people are also worried about this because that means that, oh, the picture of the moon,
Yeah.
the picture of the moon they took isn't actually the picture of the moon. You know, it's just a picture of the moon that was taken by Samsung. But at the same time, it also does take, like, without that deepfake thing, it does take really, like, better than any camera we have on Earth right now for phones. Of
I
the
do
moon.
have news for you actually after you're done.
What you got?
I'll just continue and then I'll say it.
Oh, it was just that it apparently the photo without the AI that fills in the pixels or whatever, apparently it does take pretty decent photos of the moon as is. It's just filling in those craters a little bit more.
Nice. We did get a new Hubble telescope. We finally got rid of the old one and we made a new one.
I mean, is it still called Hubble?
No, it's something completely new. I knew that's what, I don't know the name.
They
I just knew.
probably didn't tear down Hubble.
I don't know. But our new, I can try to find the thing on it. The new. I'm just gonna look up the new Hubble
Hubble.
telescope real fast. And then the
NASA has
The
identified the
new-
possible cause of the payload computer
Hubble.
problem that has suspended Hubble telescope since operations on June 13th. The
the
telescope.
James Webb Space Telescope.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Is it
I'm gonna post a
supposedly?
picture.
Is it?
I'm posting a picture in memes.
Gotcha. Is it supposedly more? What's the word?
I'll read up on it. It's not really. It's so that's gonna be taking pictures of our space now.
Okay.
Yeah. So they actually partnered with the European Space Agency and Canada to make this.
Wow.
So
it actually looks really
um,
neat.
yeah, no. My friend's like, that's not a telescope. I'm like, no, duh.
It's like the outside panel of maybe
Yeah.
one of the glasses that'll go in it.
So, here are some of the pictures. Those are the pictures it's been taking so far. I'm
Okay.
posting some of the memes. So,
Ooh.
that's the kind of shit that, yeah.
For anybody. who wants
And
to
this
see
is the difference between the Hubble telescope and the James telescope's mirrors to take pictures with. So
I see. Okay, I see what they're going for reflection wise. I was showing some of the stuff on stream just
yeah,
so.
you're good. They did a. So this is what they're visible now. So we have we can take infrared photos on this thing now.
Come on.
So there's a lot. There's a lot of things they can do
There we go.
that we're going to get a lot more space pictures, a lot more space. Which for some reason this didn't blow up
Right. I mean,
anywhere.
and especially since I didn't figure it out, because you know that I, in my spare time, I do study some bits of science in
Astrology.
astrology. Well, is it astronomy? That's astrology is the
Astronomy.
signs.
Yeah, it's
Astronomy is yeah. Because I don't believe in that shit. I believe in space.
Yeah. Not that we don't judge people who do astrology
I
shit.
don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I have, well, basically tarot cards, but they're not technically tarot cards.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Some of the shit's kind of like weird.
yeah, and I mean, it's nothing against the community. It's just I'm
Me
a type.
personally, I don't believe.
It's the same thing as I've explained why I don't believe in ghosts, right?
No proof.
Well, it's not. There's been no proof that I've seen that has been damnable as evidence of something else.
That hasn't been someone else.
Right. And on top of that, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to where I'm going to believe in ghosts. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm in an old fucking creepy ass house where like I know something's wrong here, I ain't fucking staying. I'm out.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
I know that you claim that Daidai is fucking haunted, but I just don't get that feeling there.
Do so much.
I've never seen anything happen to point me that way. And I mean, I've slept everywhere in that house.
Oh, I understand, and it's not all the time. It's really not, and it's not like an evil presence at all. 100% not an evil presence.
Right. But I don't even feel like you know how they say your hairs will stand up on end, so you'll feel cold.
No, I don't get that. No. I think that's all bullshit.
Yeah, like I don't get any of those types of feelings or vibes from that house at all. Cause I mean, it's a beautiful fucking house.
Yeah. People get worried because it's on an old mine. We do live on top of a mine. You didn't know?
No, I didn't. I mean, how many times did I stay over at that place? And
no, you probably would have. No, it's like I don't feel anything. It's just I see stuff at the corner, and it's always corner of the eye or
right.
And sometimes you don't know if it's a dream or not. To be perfectly frank.
True. I mean, honestly, like all of the stuff that I've seen pointed to as evidence. I mean, it could be explained by that eerie noise. There's a frequency that is common in old buildings of noise, and it's just from like creaking of the house and stuff like that. But that frequency puts us into paranoia.
Yeah.
Essentially, it essentially raises our nerves. It makes it. It's a very dull frequency, and it's used in haunted houses a lot. Because
yeah.
It invokes fear, and we don't know why psychologically. It just does. It could also be anything people see can be easily described by sleep paralysis.
Which, yeah, I can't trust my own eyes, dude.
I forget what the percentage of people who actually have sleep paralysis is, but
it's ridiculously high.
Comparatively to like other types of sleeping problems, yeah. Because I've talked about this slightly before, but like I have nightmares instead of like good dreams and stuff like that, or I just dream of a void, and it's just black.
Yeah.
Which those can be just as terrifying because you don't know what's coming. But I did a bit of research, and like all of the things that we can associate with like otherworldly beings and stuff like that can easily be described as like fucking sleep paralysis.
Yeah, go like 3 or 4 days without sleep and tell me the shit you guys see or hear or think you hear.
Right.
And it's crazy.
Right. And it's literally just because your brain is overacting. Sleep is poison, or rather, lack of sleep is poison for the body. It's like literally taking a shot of poison to the brain.
Now, saying that I only get like 5 hours of sleep every day.
But you still sleep. That's the thing.
Yeah. Your body can get used to that poison.
Like, you can technically, because there are people out there who do. Have you seen like the nap lifestyle, where they'll take like a 30-minute nap every like 2 hours or something like that, and then they just live their life that way?
I would kill myself.
Apparently, it's like decently healthy. And I just don't get it, because it's like when I'm the type of person who I struggle to sleep. But when I sleep for a fucking long time.
Yeah, it takes a while to get both of us to sleep, sure, but boy, when we sleep.
Right, it's like fucking round 3 of an MMA fight.
One good punch and oh my
And
god.
he's down. I mean, like, there's nothing you can do. It's like all it takes is just one thing, and like you can make these connections yourself. But the easier option is just to believe that there is some entity living in your house. Although
we always try. What was it? We always try to put stuff, where we can't understand it, so our brain has to.
it has to find a way to. See, there is one ghost story that I find believable, and it's because both my mom and dad had the exact same description of it, not rehearsed. They had differences in their stories because different things happened. I believe John less than I do my mom, but like they described it all the same way. Not a single description that could possibly like be less important, different. They just if you haven't heard that story, I'll have to have Ma tell it to you sometime. But essentially, they moved into a house on an old Indian burial ground, and anytime my mom would go into the basement to do laundry, something would smack her on the ass, and she'd turn around to yell at my dad, who was the only person she lived with, and nothing. And then, as she's going up the stairs, she'd feel something grab her ankle. And I'm like, that's the most believable I could possibly say. Because, like, if I were a ghost, I'd be doing nothing but fuck with people.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be the type of fucking fuckers that'd be in the corner just, like, peering out towards you. Just fucking with you, doing dances and shit in the corner.
I would so...
Smacking you on the fucking ass as you're walking by just because I know you can't see me and you're gonna be confused.
Yeah, do me a favor. I want to hear your audible, I want to hear what you have to say about the thing I just sent you.
It's fucking true, though.
Dude, I'm not lying. I was somewhere. Where was I? I was somewhere. Oh my god.
My cords
I had to
are
fix the
everywhere
cable
right now.
management of, I think, my work one day in the office. Oh my god.
The basement here is a nightmare for that because there's literally just cords that are hanging down for no fucking reason.
I will say, so I went to Spook Hollow this year, which
Yeah.
anyone doesn't know, it's a haunted house, a place, where we live. You guys can go to it every Halloween for 3 weekends in Marquette Heights, Illinois. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
And there was a room where it was like a control panel filled with wiring. I'm like, who fucked up the cable management? And some of the scary guys were just laughing their ass off.
See, you know why that happens, though, right? Why they have to
Well, no.
why their cable management's so fucked?
No. It was a prop.
Right. Oh, fuck.
I'm like,
I thought
son
you-
of a bitch.
I thought you meant literally like you walked into
No.
like an electrical area for some of the lighting and realized how fucked it was.
No. It was like I was going through with Kat and her sister because she's never gone with her, and we got to a part and like, someone fucked it up. Oh, you can't have these wires touching. And then some of like the nerdier guys were just laughing their butts off.
Matthias.
He was in the forest.
Oh yeah.
Yep. With his new fucking giant ass suit that.
Yeah, that I mean, didn't he pay like $1,000 for that?
The mask alone.
Oh
It's
my.
a custom mask that you can't find anywhere else. Just the guy made it for them in front of them, and he bought it.
Don't get me wrong. I think like having a mask is the coolest fucking thing. Cause I don't know. I've always liked masks. They're kind of cool. But and you can match them with anything. Fucking a Guy Fawkes mask goes with like a graphic T-shirt, for God's
Yeah.
sake. But like, I don't know. I thought about making that part of the persona for this channel.
I don't know. I know you said you wanted to do that whole thing. It's like, I don't want people to see my face or whatever.
I don't.
From what I've seen though, like like Corpse Husband, or like they hate their lives.
I just, hey, I don't really mind hiding my face, I think. Because, honest to God, it's just, I don't want people to fucking bug me on the street.
I don't care. Dude, if they know who I am and they want to say thanks or hi or whatever, I'm 100% happy to do that.
Right. And if they want, like, but the thing is like, I'm not somebody who's good. I'm not a photogenic person.
I understand that. I completely understand that.
I'm very,
at least
like,
you don't think you are.
I don't think I am. I know how to take a funny photo. I know how to take a serious photo, like all that. But it's like, something about me. I don't know. It might be my smile or something like that or whatever. It just doesn't fit well with most photos, I think.
Okay. I know this is a TMI chat, whatever. I was very tired this morning. I know this is totally. It's to go into the photogenic thing. You got me thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wake up. I do thirds. I love thirds. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love thirds. Right. It fits my schedule. I have the afternoons off to do whatever I please. Sometimes you sucks because I'm working 6 days now, so my body's not used to it. I was very tired this morning, and I went to work, got home, work was fine, everything. I was playing with my friend from Canada on some Apex W.
Gotcha.
And I looked down and scratched my balls. I don't have underwear on.
It's funny.
I went the entire day working all without underwear.
It's okay. I don't know if I should tell this, but I ended up working on the exercise bike that we got recently.
Were you butt ass naked?
No, I had pajamas on over it, but I freeballed it underneath.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't realize it. And I know people are gonna say, haha, small dick. You know how cold it is in a fucking warehouse at 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning? Like...
So, I don't know if I've been telling you this, but I've been taking midnight walks a lot recently. Just to, like, cool my head. Or, not midnight, it's more like 3 a.m. And it makes me look creepy because I'm walking alone.
Wow.
I won't lie. I would be creeped out if I saw me too walking down the street. But I've started just going for like midnight walks and jogs and stuff like that. Just like clear my head after work so I can, come down from, the constant pressure of needing to keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
And when I did this the other day, I walked into this super nice neighborhood. I'm talking like Audis in the fucking parking lot while they have their fucking their project cars inside the garage. And people are leaving their fucking garages open.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
That's just a thing. Like, okay. Everywhere I have lived,
Trustworthy.
Everywhere I've lived, I guess I can talk about it. I lived in Oswego at one point, which is a town like an hour south of Chicago. I lived in like Wheaton, and every night, you locked those damn doors.
We don't really lock our doors over here very often.
Yeah, I had you do it the other night because what was going on.
Yeah.
I won't talk too heavily into it because
Yeah, we won't talk about that that's a little
much. But it was pretty scary there for a minute. I just wanted to make sure that family was safe and everybody I cared about is good. But that was the whole reason for it. Was just like, man, I don't care.
No, you live in a pretty nice neighborhood.
I don't care what neighborhood you live in. You lock your damn doors, like.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the windows. I see these people sleeping with their window wide fucking open, and I'm like.
I don't see a problem with it. Let air in.
Right, but like on the first floor.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You just lived in too many bad places.
I've lived in exclusively bad places, Jake. You know where the apartment is.
I mean, yeah, but even then, it wasn't the most awful space.
Yeah, I just knew too much about the people around us.
Oh yeah.
Like,
It's like, but where you live, Chillicothe is a very nice place.
my technical neighbors, the ones that lived like upstairs and across the building, they were nice as hell.
Yeah.
But everybody else that lived around there, besides the guy that lived on the corner, I mean, they were pretty much like exactly what you'd find in Pekin. So meth heads and shit like that.
Not to judge Pekiners.
No, not at all. Because I've met a lot of good people in Pekin, but I hate to say it, we're kind of a meth city.
We can say it. We don't live there anymore.
Yeah, I'm finally out. I don't gotta fucking care. I'll probably bleep out the name of the town I'm in when you talk it, just because I don't.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Well, fuck it. People have said like they live in Houston and shit like that. I don't care.
I mean, it's not like they're gonna knock on every fucking door.
If they manage to figure it out when they come see me, because my audio is not how I actually sound. It feels so much more like gravelly.
Yeah, I don't know. I can definitely tell it to you, but I know I've known you for way long.
Right.
Way long.
I feel like, of all the places I've moved, I feel like I'm in the happiest place I can be right now.
Probably.
A lot of nice people just everywhere. Every time I go for like...
There's a house that just opened up, like an actual house.
Yeah, but I'm not taking out any loans until I get everything paid off and save
that's
some
good.
money, because I'm probably close to like 15K in debt, so it's not a lot, but it still sucks.
It's enough to where you're like, eh.
It's enough to where I gotta think about it.
Yeah.
And I've got no problem admitting that about where my shortcomings are. So I know that it's kind of, what's the term I'm looking for? Where it's not lewd, taboo.
Yeah, got you. Because one's a lot worse than the other. in my
Right,
eyes.
I'm like, lewd's not the word you're looking for, Kyle.
Lewd is not
It's
the word you're looking
It's
for.
similar, but not the same.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a taboo topic to talk about, like, problems, like income problems on the internet.
I could care. I mean, there's some things that obviously no, but there's some things where I'm like, you guys can know.
Well, the reason it's apparently a problem is because YouTubers, when they're smaller, will say something like, "Yeah, man, I've got like 15K in debt," and then later, when those videos blow up, you see people donating on like their streams like thousands of dollars for dumb reasons. It's like, no,
Well,
fucking take. The way that I run everything is take care of yourself before you take care of me. So like, you want to donate?
I take care of my friends more than anything.
Well, I mean, in terms of like, if we do streams and stuff like that, first make sure you have enough for you before, giving money to somebody else.
True. I do think. Never mind. Never mind.
No, did you have a thing to say?
No, not really.
Or did you just lose what you were trying to say?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, that happens. But yeah, I mean, like, for being 21, I've made it out pretty okay. It could have been better if I took a different direction in how I wanted to do things.
Yeah.
It could have been better, but I think for what happened, I turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Got myself in an area where it's okay for now.
We should play all of the Borderlands. I know I've always said that, but I think that's one we should do.
I feel like that would work better as a stream game, honestly, though.
It'd be a stream game. Two different computers though.
Right, it'd be one that we can do from home. I'm saying that it'd work better as a stream where we post VODs because it is a bigger series.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna 100% it.
Honestly, I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe that's what might happen to Dragon Quest in the
Doing
future.
the rest of it.
is that we'll stream it instead of
You did pick an awfully big first game.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. I didn't know how big the game was until we started playing it. Because episode 1, I think we ended up looking up how long the
Yeah.
game was.
And we're like, oh god.
And I'm like, I don't think I have it in me to do 180 parts of a game
Yeah.
and push back all the other games that we want to do. I'm thinking, and here's what I have planned. Once we get to 50 episodes, that's roughly, since we upload them in sometimes 45 minutes to an hour parts.
Yeah.
I think what we do there, because that'll be roughly around 48, 49 hours of fucking just Dragon Quest.
Mm-hmm.
We take a break from the series, and we go play a bunch of other games.
Yeah.
Maybe
you still
some
have
one-offs.
You still have my thing, right?
I've got the controllers.
Steam.
Oh, your stream can check.
My
Share?
Steam game, yeah.
I think. Let me open up Steam and make sure.
Alright, because there's just like check if you have Pray for the God. Check if you have Prey. Because those are 2 games I want you to play.
I do not.
You do not. We'll have to do that.
I don't know why it's not.
Have you played Slime Rancher?
I played a little bit, but
Well, you can play that.
yeah,
'Cause Slime Rancher 2's coming out.
yeah. Wasn't the original one in Japanese only? Is that what
No,
No? What am I thinking of?
I have no clue.
Oh, man, what the fuck's the name of that series?
You still have to play Subnautica. I'm waiting for that till we get a little bigger.
Yeah,
I want a following for that. Only because it's one of my favorite games of all time.
I guess we've never talked about Bound Through Code, have we?
Do we need to bring up Bound?
So we had a failed channel.
Only because we didn't have the means to continue it.
Yeah.
Only because
or
we were
the-
at school.
it
We
was-
didn't have the the resources.
It was just a much busier time. We didn't have any editing software. We didn't have anything.
It's still up, and we still have 10 subs.
Right, like, but Bound Through Code was one of those games, or one of those channels where it was just like, what's our favorite games that we could play off the bat?
Yeah.
And then we ended up playing Subnautica. We played,
Which never got uploaded because it got fucked. The recordings got fucked.
damn.
The only thing that's up's Oxenfree.
Oh yeah, Oxenfree. We have the full series played, which actually I think maybe
No, we don't.
we don't
We're
have the
part
full series.
7. No, we did.
I know we finished the game.
We got to like near the end, but no.
Because
It's
I
funny you
remember
say
the
that.
ending of that game.
Because the first episode has 38 views, second has 20, then 10, 8, 12, 6, and 2.
So overall, we were putting up some pretty decent content.
Apparently. But apparently our YouTube's been... Some of the videos have been getting pretty up there.
Yeah, I was looking at it the other day.
Phasmophobia and Potion Craft.
Right.
72 right now for
And
Potion Craft.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think one of those is me, honestly. I won't lie. I watched it once just because I'm like, how good was this that it got that many views? And it was pretty good.
It probably didn't help that I put I make sex potion in the title.
Yeah, when I first saw that, I was like, maybe. Oh fuck! I clicked on one of my videos. No. Oh shit! I accidentally turned off the music.
Also, did you take down Back 4 Blood episode 3?
I didn't take down anything.
It's not on the uploads.
Let me take a look into the channel. Don't play. No.
This is a
It's
Stop.
in the playlist.
Uh,
It's in the playlist, but it's not in the.
What's going on here?
You can't hear my music, right?
No, I can't.
Cool. It's NSP's Africa.
Ah,
I love this thing that
is it
I've
because it's
become.
copyright claimed?
Well, I mean, you can still see it.
Oh, because it comes out tomorrow.
Oh. Wait, why can't I watch it?
Because you're probably under the account.
I am.
Yeah. If you're not, I think it comes.
Have
up
you
as
listened to the new album yet for NSP? The
Level
Level
Up.
Up album.
Yeah, I have.
What do you think?
It's not bad.
No, I like some of the redos they did.
I don't know about dinosaur laser fight.
I love the new. I don't know if it's better, but I do love it.
Oh my god, exactly what I needed. I special hot girls for you. YouTube, this is fine. Someone say, heck, YouTube be gone. And then a bunch of Russian.
So do you want to hear something? Oh yeah, we've been getting some weird ass comments, man.
I don't know. I keep deleting them as they come up.
Can we do a? I think we need a Together series on here.
What game are you thinking?
Read my mind, Kyle.
If you're saying fast.
That's not Minecraft.
Terraria?
Yeah.
No
mods.
I just feel like that's a game we're gonna have to record for 8 hours and cut up that way.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
so
do a long-standing recording that's like...
I know, I think, Kyle, we need to do more of those.
Yeah,
I know it sucks for our schedule.
It's just really hard to do that when you work thirds and I work seconds into thirds. So I'm like a couple hours delayed from you in sleep schedule-wise. Yeah. It's always been like the bane of the new schedule of recordings, but at the same time, it makes my work life so much easier, and it makes it to where I can edit at like late nights when I can't sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm worried. Oops, excuse me. I'm worried about those long sessions because I don't want this to become something that we get sick of. Because I have to look at this in kind of the perspective of, okay, we're both workers in this company. How do I keep our output at its maximum?
I don't think I'll ever get tired of this.
Right. I understand that, but there is such thing as burnout, and that's why I've been okay with like the breaks that we take and things like that, because in reality, it's okay to take breaks as long as you come back to it and put the best effort you can into your videos. I just worry because I don't want to over push it, if that makes sense.
Which I understand. I will say though, I think it might be easier for us in the long run if we do a one big recording only, cause I think it'll
So what I think we need to do is we need to schedule out a block of time where it's like, okay, you get 1 8-hour session, and that's your chop up.
Yeah.
That's what you could choose to chop up and make your episodes as is. We still do the episode lengths where we call it an episode and wrap it up and things like that.
Yeah.
We still do those things, but we do them for longer sessions. This is stuff that we'd have to do vocal warm-ups for. Exactly what we were talking about. It all wraps up to the beginning.
Yeah. But if we do like an 8-hour, I know it's stuck for our schedule, we'll have... Let's see, if we do 8 hours and like Terraria's like could be like 30 to 45.
Right.
That's technically like 15 to 16 parts. That's 15 to 16 days where we don't have to record.
Right. And if we do that for say, okay, so here's my upcoming schedule for the week. I can talk about this because this is the podcast. The 29th, 30th, and 3rd. I have off, so I'm only working the 1st and 2nd of December on that week.
Yeah.
So, is there any day within those days that's not the 1st or 2nd that you could do an 8-hour session?
So 29th or 30th, basically?
29th, 30th, and 3rd. And then we also have the 27th, so it'd be the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So we have like roughly...
I can't do this weekend. I can do maybe Saturday this weekend, the 27th.
Right, but... Excuse me.
Alright, hold on. So my schedule is... Kat's in town for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So this week I am not really free.
Understandable.
Um,
That's why next week is what I'm
Sunday
saying
she
it.
goes back. I don't know if we have planned Saturday, so that's why I'm saying maybe Saturday the 27th.
Okay.
28th, I should be fine to do a stream. 29th, I have work. 30th, I have work. I can still get on after I nap, though.
Right.
Um, the 3rd, I can definitely do because that I have Saturdays off.
Third's a
Friday, I
Friday.
can do. I know.
Oh, my bad.
After work, I can stay up. That's what I'm saying.
Excuse me. Yep.
And then Saturday, I can also do. And then Sunday, I'll have work.
I feel like if we crank out as many videos as possible, we
Well,
can get
December's gonna be a shit show for us
right because are we still taking the week off
for
from
Christmas. Yeah.
so what was it? It was that we decided it was like the 25th.
I think that's 23rd.
That
So
was
we have
the 23rd to the 30th is what we said.
yeah, somewhere around there.
And I mean, if we were really missing
Oh
it,
no,
we could,
because we'd have to wait till New Year's.
mm, well, I mean, we can do a New Year's stream.
I'm hoping so. It depends on if I'm with Cat's family.
Right. Ugh. I'm trying to think ahead here because
Yeah, no, same.
right, scheduling's a bit difficult sometimes when
It's either the beginning of January or like halfway. It's either here's what we got from work. The beginning, halfway, or the end of January will stop our 6 days.
So if we do the 25th, which is Christmas,
Uh-huh.
to the 31st of our week off, and then we do a stream on the 1st,
Hopefully stream, yeah.
which we can do a podcast or something like that. How do you feel about that?
Sure. Like I said, I'll try to make it for the first. It just depends on if I'm. Well, I guess
It's on a Saturday, so I know that's one of our days off,
Well,
but I know that you want to
January
spend time with Cat
1st.
too.
The thing is, I'll go home. We can still do it on New Year's Day. It just probably won't be.
It won't be New Year's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the only thing.
Well, we'll figure it out. We got some time to think about it.
That's what most streamers do. I know they'll spend New Year's time.
They'll spend
The 30.
Christmas up to New Year's off, and then they'll do New Year's like at 12 streaming.
Yeah, some of the guys that I watch wait because they want to spend time with family.
Right.
Which I get.
Me personally, I'll just be making a few phone calls and probably staying in with a bottle of champagne.
I got my sparkling grape juice. That's fine.
Non-21-year-old.
I don't even if I am 21. You know, I'm not the biggest drinker.
Right, I'm not either. I just do it because, sometimes it's fun and sometimes I like to relax. But
Yeah.
I will say, my birthday's probably the hardest I'm probably gonna go on in the year. Just because I feel like that's a good time to celebrate.
Yeah.
And maybe like a special occasion like New Year's if I'm having fun at a bar or something. But
my 21st birthday is gonna probably be one of the not, like not a big 21st birthday kind of.
Right.
Bash. I don't know. I'll probably have a few beers or whatever, but I don't think I'm gonna get drunk on my 21st.
So this is a little bit political, but nothing too major. It's more about drugs in general.
Yeah.
Did you hear about what happened? I think it was in Portland, Oregon. I know it was in Oregon. So, Oregon legalized everything.
Yes, I've heard this.
So, like literally, you could go there and do crack.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and they make it like open to the people, and people have died from this. But the thing is people are also
like packed to hell.
Yes, but they're opening up instead of like crack shops and stuff like that. They're spending the money on rehab centers. So anybody who chooses and figures out, oh, this is a problem in my life, can go to a rehab center and go get clean whenever the fuck they feel like.
Alrighty.
So the question that I have for that is, what happens if this becomes a problem versus a solution. Because I can see this going both ways.
Oh, same.
Yeah. Because, I mean, fuck, make heroin legal and people are going to go do heroin. That's just how it is. People are serious.
It's like, what is it, Switzerland or something, legalized some stuff.
Yeah.
And they, all their rates kind of went down.
Essentially.
Because it's like, oh, it's not illegal. I don't really need to do this.
Yeah. I mean, it also makes it to where people, like, instead of having, like, because this was a big problem, apparently, for the comedy community, the people who are, like, actual professional comedians. Like, you'll get cocaine, but it'll be cocaine laced in fentanyl.
Really?
So, like, and fentanyl is it's an addictive substance that can kill you in microdoses. And of course, because, you know, most of this shit comes in from, like, cartels and stuff like that, most of the time they're not being careful about what they put inside their coke, so they end up, like, dumping batches of this shit in there, and it kills kids.
Yeah.
But, like, 100% pure cocaine, there's apparently a professor who will do 100% pure substances for their medical benefits out there.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Like, he's an actual, like, professor, and what he does is he's like, oh yeah, cocaine's just, like, a great uplifter. It's great. Like, he'll just talk about it so fucking normally.
And they're like, excuse me?
It's like, what? But, like, apparently, like, he has the same feeling about, like, pure heroin. He'll snort heroin before, like, sex and have, like, the best sex of his
He'll
life.
teach?
Huh?
You said he's a teacher, right?
He's a professor, so he's a teacher.
Yeah, so he still teaches?
I think so. I'd have to look
That's
it up.
Awesome.
But yeah, like, apparently this guy just does, like, 100% pure substances for their medical benefits and, like, sexual benefits. And I'm like, I can see how that'd be beneficial to some people, though. Especially, like, addicts.
Well, okay, so it's also like... It also brings up the topic, like, weed's good for you. Like, I know there's a lot for a while that it's like, no, it's not. But it is?
It's
Type
back and forth. So, now that I'm 21, I can talk about it. I'm a pot smoker.
Yeah.
I do that occasionally.
You smoke the Mary Jane? Yes.
I partake in the green mist.
The devil's lettuce?
But so here's the thing. Do you know when weed got, like, kind of talked about originally?
Probably a while ago.
So in, like, the 1930s, there was a guy who was he was a money man, you know, one of the guys who watches stock market.
Yes, money.
And he was realizing that hemp, it's like a rope that can be made or a material that can be made from weed. Hemp can be made for string, so it can make clothing. It can be used for it can make sheets of paper. So essentially, this fucking new plant was gonna be, like, the big industry leading thing. Like but at the same time, it was also a drug, and it was known, and blah 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 blah. It was known that it was smoked because this was the 1930s and people didn't give a fuck. But then all of a sudden, these propagandas things start popping up about what was it called? Weed Madness or something like that, or I can't remember what the hell it's called, but it's
Weed Madness.
When's the last time you've heard a guy smoke a joint and then go crazy?
Unless it's laced with something. Never.
Right. Like, but this guy, like, he just starts pumping out this propaganda here and there, and then all of a sudden Nixon comes along, and he starts the war on drugs. So all of a sudden, now all these drugs that were used for 30 years at that point, obviously ruining lives, but were being used, are just now illegal, and something like weed, which could have been beneficial to the markets.
Yeah. Took all the way to what, 20...
It took in Illinois.
19?
In Illinois, it took till 2020.
Was it the beginning of 2020?
Yes. because it was right before the pandemic when JB Pritzker got it, and it might have been end of 2019, but don't.
No, it was the beginning of a year.
Yeah, so it had to be the beginning of 2020, because Pritzker got in, and that was the first thing that he did was legalize it in Illinois.
I mean, good, because I mean, not good as in like, oh yeah, pot. No, it's like good, like.
I mean, for it should be treated the same as alcohol. Alcohol is an impairant, or it's a depressant.
What was I gonna say? Cigarettes are 21, right?
Yep. Now in Illinois, that's the same. Also, the other thing that he did.
Tell me that I'm wrong. I personally believe anyone can tell me if they think I'm wrong or not. I believe that cigarette should be 21 while weed is 21. Or not? No. Sorry, cigarettes are 21 while weed is 18 to stop people from smoking so much cigarette.
See, but here's the.
I know that comes with the problem.
It
does.
Here's the other problem. Weed is treated as a gateway drug to other drugs,
I
and
know.
that's true to a point.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I know
continue.
I know a fuck ton of adults. Like, we're like 2 hours in. I don't fucking care. I know tons of adults out there who smoke weed, and that's all they do. They don't drink. They don't do anything else. They just smoke pot, and they're the happiest goddamn people I've ever met.
You'll never meet people happier than people that just smoke pot.
Right, like I'm not afraid to say it. My uncle and aunt were like that for a long time. I won't give their names out or anything like that.
I know their credit card and social security numbers and.
Hello, Persona gamers. Joker needs your help. All he needs is the 13 digits on the front of the credit card and the 4 digits on the back.
My favorite, I think, was Mario needs help getting through the Sphinx's castle. Can you send him your mom's credit card number with the 3 little symbols on the back? Help him get through the castle.
Do you know who that is?
Who? What?
The guy who does that. Attention, all whatever gamer. That's
What?
So I can't remember if his name's the voiceover guy or something like that, but he's like a very famous and like prominent figure in voice acting.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like majorly casted in multiple roles. He was in the House of the Dead series. I believe he did some voice work in that or something like all this weird shit. And he's one of like my favorite side voice actors to this day.
Side comment. We're gonna go to voice acting here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you didn't know, McCree from Overwatch got a name change.
Matt Mercer?
No. The actual character.
Actual character, McCree.
His name is now Cassidy.
Cassidy?
Cassidy is now McCree's name. Because the original voice actor that wasn't Mercer, or the person he's based off, or whatever, did some really bad shit recently, so they had to change the name.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah, so there was a petition going around for the character to be called Mick Mercer.
Oh, dude, that would have been so good!
I know, but Blizzard didn't do it.
Of course not, because that gives their fucking voice actors any credit.
But that's the meme between our friends now. It's just Mick Mercer.
Oh yeah. That actually brings up another good point too. Do you know about the voice acting community and how like game devs don't treat their voice actors really well?
I mean, are you saying it like it's gonna surprise me? No.
No, obviously not. But apparently, this is like a common thing amongst like many voice actors. Is they like all they get is the credits at the end of the game, and like if you're a major cast character that people know,
They
who
get
you are.
money.
Well, yeah, but
That's it.
in terms of like publicity for some of the characters they don't get much. I mean, they get maybe if they're brought along the journey for the commercial export of the game. Excuse me. But really not much.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast.
Oh, you're good. I'll just pause the recording.
Yep. So
All right.
are you recording?
Yes, we're back on recording. Do you
All
need
right,
me to
so I saw
stop
a
it?
meme. No, I
Oh.
saw a
Members
meme.
2 are impossible.
And
Go on.
what's up? So it was a combination. It was like two bears doing the fusion technique from Dragon Ball,
Right.
and one was named Bastard. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this word, the C word.
Oh, Conor McGregor
CNT.
said. Conor McGregor says it.
We're not as big as Connie McGregor.
Yeah, Conor McGregor is kind of a bit bigger than we are.
But you mix those two words together, you get custard. And I just lost my shit on the toilet.
What were we talking about before you had to go take a poop? It was
Voice actors not getting enough recognition.
right.
Wow, my memory.
Where I was going with what that was essentially oh, I lost it. You know how you make up words or you say words sometimes to give you time and it just doesn't work?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Have you been looking up stuff on the YouTube page, by the way?
What do you mean?
So you looked up Bound Through Code, Megalovania, Tenacious D,
Oh,
The Simple.
okay. Not gonna lie. So sometimes I forget I'm on this account and I listen to music. I'm like, fuck, I gotta change it.
I remember like for a while there was a bunch of like anime stuff that was popped up here.
Yeah, and I was like, shit.
Like yeah, speedrunning Naruto Shippuden.
I did not look that one up.
I love going out to the channel page. Oh, you subscribed to somebody.
Did I?
Yeah, this project is retired.
That's your favorite Martian.
Oh!
They started redoing their videos.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they.
Oh,
they,
right,
they-
because Ray William Johnson came back.
Okay. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. They don't know if they're gonna start making videos again. They re-uploaded every video though.
I know
So
that.
like Booty Store that got taken down is back up.
Oh my god. I know that what's it called? I know that what did he call his show? Oh fuck. Back in the day, he had this show where there was like a bunch of like art behind him. It was the one where Aaron drew a dick on it from Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what he called his show back then. But it might just literally be called Ray William Johnson. It's all gone. But apparently he's doing something similar now, but he's just roasting like people who ask for it.
Nice.
It's on the shorts, which I want to start doing like little shorts.
I did have something that I thought. I don't know how you feel about this.
What's up?
So, I've been seeing videos going around of just generosity. You know, there's not a lot in the world anymore.
People giving shit away. Yeah, I watch that type of stuff.
What if we went to like the mall or something? You know, and then we got like boxes of donuts, right? And we just put up a sign that says, "Beat me in rock paper scissors, and I'll give you a free donut. I'll give you breakfast or lunch or something."
See, the way that I'd want to do it though is like when we get the grill over to this place, I want
Which Papa's looking at girls, so
Right. As soon as we get that figured out, just let me know and yeah.
yeah.
But when when we get that grill, I want to take it to like the public park at some point.
And just do a big cookout.
And just like a community grill out where we
You're gonna have to get okayed by the police, though.
Well, it would be the Pekin Park itself. I'd have to get the
Oh,
park.
you want to go to Pekin to do it?
Yeah, or a public park in general. It doesn't gotta be Pekin. But I essentially just want to get like 30 pounds of fucking beef patties, like a fuck ton of chicken, and just serve people in the fucking park just for fun.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% down.
Cause who was it that had that giant grill out that was the size of a whole stadium?
I don't know. Someone did do that though. I was just recently watching it.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, like literally thousands upon thousands of people were showing up to this fucking arena to just get some hot dogs.
And the thing is, some people don't believe that about that shit anymore, right? They're like, oh, nobody does. I mean, it's like Keanu Reeves had a quote a while back that says, "I don't want to live in a world where kindness is a weakness."
Right. And I mean, for the longest time, it was getting there, and
It's still getting there, in my opinion.
right. I mean, people are just. I feel like though, COVID has brought a bunch of people together in
Yeah.
terms of that because there's about the live stream that I watch every year. If
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you've never heard about it, it's TRG Coliseum. They
Go
usually
check them out.
it's done through Proton John, Twitch streamers Twitch page. I might link it in the description. But it's
They haven't done those this year, right?
no, they've been doing them every year from home.
No, I know. Have they done theirs this year though? That's what I'm asking.
No, I believe it's in March, maybe May.
March.
One of those months. But it's 3 days long. They take the nights off so they can sleep. And well, I say that, but like some of their events end up running till like 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
But it's 3 days where a bunch of my favorite YouTubers, Chugga Conroy, Proton John, Nintendo Capri Sun, Family Jewels.
And we know you guys won't get some of these because
Yeah.
they're not as big.
They're not huge YouTubers, but they're some of my favorites. But they've been on the front page of Twitch quite a lot and have gotten decently popular during their streams. I
Yep.
mean, I'm pretty sure over the total of all the years they've done Coliseum, they've raised like close to $1 million.
Which is huge, by
And
the way.
For the pandemic alone, they got like, I think it was like 500K for masks and equipment back when people were going on ventilators and we didn't have enough of them and things like that. the before times when nobody knew what the hell was going on. But they raised all this money up for these people without. I think they got like a tiny portion of a cut because they did work for 3 days, but all of that basically went to them. I could be wrong on that part, but like,
That's a question I have for you.
huh?
If we do a stream or whatever, right? Or like a charity stream, we're doing all of it to.
So, the vision that I have for a charity stream is I would like to, at some point, if we get big enough, reach out to Direct Relief and a bunch of YouTubers, whoever is like close to us in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some deep dives for that and see who we can get on board with this, and just send out a fuck ton of emails. And I want to rent a house where all of us pitch in, and we do like a full fucking week of just whatever type of game shows we can come up with. And
Pretty cool.
all the money that's donated for whatever incentives and stuff like that, all of that goes directly to, I'd love to do Direct Relief, Extra Life, any breast cancer awareness I would love to do.
No, yeah, we should do a bunch of cancer stuff.
Yeah, I would love to start doing that because my entire life I've wanted to do charity work, and I feel
I've
like
been wanting to get more into streaming, which will come soon. I promise it will come soon. The only issue is work. Guys, I promise I will be streaming more soon.
right. And I mean, we're in our hard times. It's gonna be like this for a little while, especially closer towards the holiday season. And once we get to like summer and stuff like that, that's when stuff's gonna start freeing up again, and things are gonna be a little more loose. To the point where, like, maybe we'll go back to. We didn't talk about this yet, but we're changing the upload schedule.
We are, yeah.
To make sure that things are more consistent and it fits better with our time frames.
Yeah.
It allows us good because there's been times where I'm pretty sure there's been a lazy edit where something just didn't come out correctly. It's happened to me, I'm sure. I go back and look.
It's happened to me, yeah.
I go back and look at some of the old videos that.
And I'm like, God damn it, I could have been better.
I could have done something here, made a gag or something, or.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the more we do this, the better we're getting on staying consistent with commentary and producing good commentary.
Yes, I agree.
Each video that we do or each session, we just get funnier.
Funnier, and I think more not more open,
but relaxed.
but yeah, we can be ourselves.
I feel like towards the beginning, because you can definitely probably hear it in my voice, because we've been doing this for about 3 or 4 months now, right?
Crazy, yeah. I can check.
Yeah, when was the first video posted? Dragon Quest 1. It's like August, something like that.
It's 5 months ago.
Yeah, like we've been doing this for a decent amount of time now. Like,
Yep. And I know it's probably not the best, not that like where we want it to be,
but
but I'm happy where we are.
we're working to get there. Like,
Yep.
each and every video that we post is another experience to have in editing. And if we do this for 5 years and just keep poking interest into learning things, then eventually we're gonna get like really good
Where we wanna be.
videos. Exactly.
And I was just talking to, not talking to, obviously, but I was I was watching a video of Jacksepticeye, right? And he's like, a lot of people that do YouTube, right at the beginning, want to do their best on every video. He goes, it's almost impossible to do your best on every video because you will get burnt out on it.
Every YouTube. Sorry, go on.
He says every YouTuber that he watches nowadays goes, every video is going to be the best, and he goes, it's not bad to have a day where you're just like, I just need a video out, because then you're just going to get sick. You're just going to get sick and tired of YouTube, and you're going to stop doing it.
Right. And every YouTuber I've talked to has, and every advice I've ever gotten from people in the YouTube community, they've always said the same fucking thing. It's, you know, even if it is a rough start, or rough at recording, or it just doesn't feel right at the beginning, post it. Because you never know what's going to happen, and you're never going to learn until you start doing it. And I think
Exactly.
that was the problem with Bound Through Code.
We were trying so hard.
We put so much effort into trying to keep the commentary as lively as possible.
Because we didn't want to make cuts very much.
Right. At the beginning, I didn't want to put hardly any edits, and I still don't. I want to keep the edits to a minimum, because it should be about the comedy, you know? Anytime there's like a slow patch in like talking, then yeah, you should cut that out, because it's not interesting.
One of my things that I like seeing when I'm recording, you know how it's the bar you can like open up at the bottom, and it's like you can see our voice go up and down, up and down,
and
up and
it's
down.
just a full.
There's a line of just nothing. I love it because I'm like, alrighty, time to cut that 2 minutes of silence out of my life.
Right, and it usually comes because there's in normal conversation, except for when we're doing podcasts, because honest to God, we've had some really good conversations today over this one.
I think our podcasts have been pretty on point anytime.
Yeah, we're just really good at talking to each other.
Like we were meant for each other.
Oh my god. But
that is pure Gabriel Iglesias right there. I love it.
Everybody says that like I sound a decent amount like him when I do that voice, so I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah. I got told to go into voice acting.
I don't feel like I'm at that level of my voice yet. Like,
I'm not comfortable with it, but I was told, hey, you should try it, because I was doing impressions. Like, I could do a killer Toad impression. By the way.
I'm Toad.
Yeah.
Mario, go to the castle.
So I told the guys that I play Apex with, one of the streams I'm gonna do is just Apex in Toad voice. He's 300. He's got a charge rifle. Watch out!
Hit for 2.
Hit him for 10. Go in. Die, motherfuckers!
Shield down.
I absolutely cannot wait for that. Because I found this out doing singing in the car with Gabe, and he goes, you have a decent Toad voice, blah blah blah. And so I started singing songs in the car.
Country roads.
Sometimes they would break me because I know the song way too well. But it was the funniest shit, man. Oh my god.
Video I gotta send you later of Toad singing Country Roads.
Country Road! Mario! I have to do a Mario reset.
Mario,
Sometimes.
your princess is in the castle!
Mario! You gotta snort this ketamine!
Mario, my ketamine addiction has caused my family to go into peril!
One of my TikToks kind of blew up. By the
Oh,
way.
yeah?
Yeah.
Good shit.
I asked my coworkers at work. I go, who would you rather have sex with, Lola Bunny or Jessica Rabbit?
Jessica Rabbit.
I got a surprising numbers of both.
No,
Jessica Rabbit.
If I had,
won.
yeah, I mean, Jessica Rabbit was hot.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I mean,
But Lola Bunny from the original Space Jam, though, you can't really deny her.
the new one's just so awkward.
Well, yeah, because in the previous, like, yes, she gets some nice ass, and everyone was looking forward to it, right?
Yeah.
Nope. They completely wiped her ass, literally, from existence.
It makes me a little sad though that it's LeBron.
Yeah. I don't think he did as well as
MJ. I don't think
MJ.
anybody could have done as well as MJ for that movie. I mean, he played even for not an actor, he did it so well.
I think anyone can. I mean, anyone can obviously be an actor, but like,
Right.
he proved that like.
Well, MJ was the best at everything he tried. That was his goal.
Yeah.
Was to be like, because there was I know a little bit about sports as much as it doesn't seem like it. There was a time in MJ's career where he quit the Bulls, which is a basketball team, and joined a baseball team. And
he rocked at that.
I mean, he did okay.
It wasn't like professional.
No. Well, I mean, I think it was minor league. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've actually studied sports because it's been the last thing on my mind for a long time. Although UFC still has my heart. But fucking when he was in baseball, I just remember everybody being like, "Why the fuck is he playing baseball?" And then he hit it like some stupid ass fucking ball play, and it worked. And then he did tennis, and then he went back to basketball again.
I do think he is one of those genuine guys that has luck.
I don't think it's luck. I think literally he is the number one. Like, there are some people who are just born with that number one dominant gene, where they just, whatever they pick up, they just fucking dominate it. Because it's like comedians.
Yeah.
So there are certain comedians out there who no comedian starts out fucking rocking stages. But
there might be one or two, but it's not every
a good example of this was Martin Lawrence and Joe Rogan. Martin would go on stage and just fucking rock it, just be a monster. And then fucking Joe Rogan would have to go on stage directly after Martin Lawrence, and he would just bomb, just fucking bomb. But because of that, he grew into a better comedian because he learned how he can follow acts like that. And apparently, DMX and Jay-Z had a similar experience.
Really?
Where DMX fucking goes on stage first, and you just hear the fucking growl, and the fucking stadium just ignites. I'm talking just screaming. And then he takes off his fucking shirt, and they're screaming even fucking louder. And then Jay-Z has to go on directly after this.
Yeah, and then I feel so bad for some of those people.
Well,
but like you said, it does help them.
It helps them in their career because they learn how to follow acts.
Yep.
Even if you're not a comedian, you still are selling something.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really what it comes down to.
I do have a question for you.
What you got?
do you have, do you have a goal for the YouTube channel, or like not like, because one of my goals, like it's not, don't be like your major goal, but do you have like smaller goals?
Well, I have my major goal.
Well, not, I'm not talking about your major goal. This is mine. Like I like one of my goals in doing this is I want to meet Dan.
I want to become a voice actor. That's my minor goal.
Yeah.
In some sense of the word, I want to portray a character. Maybe so. Back in the day, I don't know if it's still being done. There were series of games where, like, take Twilight Princess. Okay, people would hire. This was a YouTube account. I don't even know if this still exists, but people would hire other YouTubers to voice characters in their series. They would still do commentary and stuff like that for dungeons,
Yeah.
but when text would pop up, they would hire somebody to say those lines in the voice that they choose, and then they would upload that instead of the actual voice lines from the game, or something similar to that. I've always wanted to do something similar to that in terms of voice acting, but I've also wanted to do it for like animation and stuff like that. My long-term goal, and this is one that I haven't told her yet, so keep your mouth shut on it because I don't think she'll watch this,
That's fine.
is I want to buy Mom a house.
Yeah.
Like fully, like paid off, it's hers. Deed in hand, nobody can take that from her.
I want to so I have a few goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of my goals is to get my kids through college.
Okay.
Not give them money,
But put it
get them
away
through
similar to
college.
what Papa and Dai did.
Yeah, so like it'd be like a couple hundred a month, or whatever in the. But it's that I want to meet Dan. That's a big goal of mine.
Right.
He has influenced me. I mean,
A lot of our
Is that-
jokes are Game Grumps related, and
like yeah,
he's the Grumps in general have had
Are-
just a
oh.
huge impact on both
and when I mean
childhood
Dan,
and
like,
adulthood.
yeah,
Sorry.
when I mean Dan, I don't mean just Dan, like Dan Aaron, but like Dan is my hero, is my role model.
Right.
Um,
I do want to meet them at some point. I'd love to meet Aaron and pick his brain about some things. I'd love to have him on the podcast, honestly.
that's the thing, right? Like I don't even care if it's over voice.
I also have one final goal, which I don't think I've even told you about for the channel in general. I want to enterprise it.
Really?
I want to, well, not enterprise as in like hire a fuck ton of people to do our job for us in terms of making content.
Yeah.
I mean enterprise as in kind of like what the Grumps are doing, where they have an office, they have a full staff to work the office in editing, in social media management and things like that. And I want to do that to hire as many of like the friends we make along the way and give them a place to start their platforms.
Yeah, because like Rubber Ross and like all them, they do their own shit.
Right. It's like okay, so this is a good example of, since we're on the subject of the Grumps. The Grumps hired a girl named Allie, who's kind of
She's
like,
been there.
she's been there for a minute. But they hired her on, and I believe she's a production manager.
Yeah.
So she
And-
she runs the streams. She makes everything go as smoothly as she possibly can. And and she's one of the funniest fucking people on the streams sometimes.
Yeah. For a while there, I thought Dan and her had a thing going.
No, I had 100% no doubt that they weren't together and they were just friends.
I mean, for some things, they like that. Like for a little bit of it, but I'm like, no. Dan, have you seen Dan and his current girl?
What's her name? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Uh,
But he posts her on Insta sometimes and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen
They're
her.
very cute. She's a blonde. That's all I really know.
I'm not on social media, so.
Not very much, yeah.
Well, if I were going to do social media,
You're gonna need to do social media for.
so here's what I would end up doing. I would do the approach called post and ghost. So basically, I post something and I don't fucking think about it. Put my
Yeah.
phone down, maybe watch a YouTube video, maybe do something else, disregarding it, and just don't think about it. And then
Oh, I can agree with that.
if
But, like
it's if it's important enough to where I need feedback, I'll post a poll.
yep. Like Dan's is run by someone else most of the time.
Right, because he's got I can't remember.
He's got a lot of shit going
I thought
on.
he said he had an assistant or something like that. I can't remember what he's. They've gotten to the point in popularity that they deserve, because like.
Oh, no doubt.
I
No
mean,
doubt.
Look at the virus in general. They came out like day one of the virus when everybody was still panicking. They still found a way to keep content going.
Oh yeah, and you could tell they're like, I'm not really worried.
Right. Well, they were worried. They were worried about everybody else, but they were doing everything that the CDC was implying. So like, they don't have to care.
Yeah, for the longest time, it was just them in their house.
Right, and
Like,
fucking.
Sure, it was bad quality, but eh.
I thought it was the funniest shit when.
But no, I'm talking about like video quality for Dan.
Well, and then they came up with the idea, because here's the part that I really enjoyed about this. When they would run out of content, they would do. So they have the live streams that they've been doing recently of all of the episodes in chronological order without the in-between parts cut out, like and so they'll have all the way up to end grumps, but then they'll cut all the way through the they've been doing the preview
Yeah, I've
stuff.
seen that.
Yeah. Well, they'll be posting that, and that's still content because that's one continuous thing of all their episodes. It's a compilation, so that still generates them views. Well, then they also do another thing with that content where they'll review that content and the comments on that content.
Yeah, like the best of Aaron's Rage or something like. It's really funny.
Right. So they found a way through the years that they were putting up videos and stuff like that, and they found a way to still make it comedic and interesting while also watching something that was already done. That's where the impressiveness comes for me towards their content.
They are such amazing people. We should post a link to. I know we should still post a link to the.
If you look up Game Grumps in YouTube, you'll find it easy.
I know.
But if you haven't,
you'll find it easier than this channel.
So, I mean, a lot of their humor is dick jokes. So you can see where it comes from on this channel, at least. But, yeah, there was something about what Aaron was doing. Because I started watching towards...
I joined late to the game.
Yeah, right, I got there early because of Rachel, actually. Yeah.
I don't regret getting there any.
I mean, they've caused my view of comedy to be so different than what it used to be. Because I mean, I thought of comedy as, a guy on stage telling you jokes.
Yeah.
And then once like the comedy part of YouTube started coming out with gaming, then I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of get into this, and that's kind of where the Game Den started. Yeah, but I mean, for all that it is, I really want to kind of create a similar thing out in the Midwest, because I know there are some funny people here.
Oh yeah.
People who are just comedic gold. I think that through friendships, obviously, till they're trusted and things like that, I think that we can benefit from having a team of people to, one, bounce ideas and stuff off of, and to, make laugh and have good times with, bond us together, but also to kind of kickstart creativity.
Yeah.
Because, if we have an editor, they're an outside point of view from us recording. They can tell us, hey, you guys are starting to dull up a bit on this. Let's try and think of some new content and stories and things like that. You're starting to dull around this point in our videos. We need to make sure that we have something to talk about for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where I see the Game Den going in the future. Is getting an office and starting kind of an almost business.
I'm fine with that.
It might get to the point of expensive, but it might be worth it in terms of profits returned.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about that.
Right. I'm just thinking on the business side a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Business is always a good,
Well, it's always good to have a game plan for what you're trying to do. And as long as
Yeah.
we don't do something like the Smosh community did, Ian and Anthony, what they ended
Yeah.
up doing, which if you haven't heard,
split.
well, there was a reason for that, and if you haven't heard it already, I think Ian's talked about this, and so has Anthony. They were signed to this like evil ass company. That's why we got things like the Smosh movie, and
Yeah.
the content changed so drastically on the Smosh channel. That's why they hired people, etc., etc. When that happened, apparently like all the money that was being made wasn't even going to like the cast.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony was just like, fuck this, and just fucking dipped, and nobody blamed him because it was like the right thing to do there, because like he was on a do not disclose act, same thing,
Yeah.
and just couldn't talk about it for years until finally the company disbanded and Rhett and Link bought out Smosh, like the company Smosh.
Red and Link did?
Yes. So
Nice.
technically Rhett and Link own Smosh, but Smosh basically they don't take a dime of it.
I don't blame him.
Right. I mean, they've taken like, they basically saved their entire channel because they were gonna go under. Yeah. Okay. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think we're gonna call it.
Alrighty.
Next time on the JK podcast, maybe we'll talk about some more fun stuff, shall we?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Usually it's just whatever comes to mind while we're talking.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys then, though. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.